p.m. in Spain?
Yes,
I'm
9
getting good. It's
p.m.
1 p.m. here, so
1 p.m. p.m.
yeah.
Oh, very late.
Actually very early, so compared to
Well,
you.
it depends on in the way you you see.
True, true. So yeah, but yeah. So have you had a good day?
Yes, I'm fine. I feel very well. Uh,
Hmm.
Different from the latest weeks. I was studying as always vocabulary, grammar, idioms.
Uh-huh.
It's my third class.
Oh, this is your third class today?
Yes.
All right. How many hours a day do you normally study?
Nowadays, I study less hours than a long time ago
Oh, really?
when I was studying 9 hours a day because it's supposed for me a great effort is
Uh-huh.
true. But nowadays, I studied more or less apart from when in the class 3 or 4 hours
Okay.
or five, more or less.
Okay. So and it also depends on the day, I suppose as well. So
Yes.
yeah, awesome. All right. And hello, Toby. How are you?
Hi, Holly. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Trying to remember where you are from. Is it? I'm thinking it's in Central America. Am I
Uh,
wrong?
yeah, it's Venezuela.
Venezuela. No, that's South America. Okay. So Venezuela. I knew it was not like Brazil or Colombia, and I knew it wasn't Europe. So Venezuela. Awesome. Okay. And hello, Felipe. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
Very good. And which Felipe are you from? Are you from Spain, or are you from Chile, or Uruguay,
I'm
or from somewhere else?
I'm from Brazil,
Brazil. Okay, so you're new Felipe.
but
Or
I'm in Budapest now.
Budapest. Okay, so you're from Brazil, but you're in Hungary.
Yeah,
Budapest. Ah, my dog is from Budapest. I got to show you. Okay.
your dog?
Yeah. Hey, right there. Let's see. Oops. See this little character? He was born in Hungary,
Looks like a
and
panda.
he looks like a panda.
Yeah, looks like a panda. A panda.
Yeah, exactly. So if you see little dogs like this, they're Hungarian sheepdogs, and they're really popular in Hungary, but people in other countries don't know about them. So Scandinavia, they have about 2,000. In the States now, we have just over 200, and so they're starting to gain popularity around the world. But very rare dog. So yeah, it looks like a koala bear is what a lot of people say. And so he's older. I'm actually going to take him on a trip this weekend and get him all groomed and everything. So, um, but anyway, but he's a Hungarian as well. So um, anyway,
But
let me.
he has booked here in Hungary.
Yeah, and when he was about 8 or 9 weeks, he moved to Finland,
Uh,
and he was a stud dog. And a stud dog is the type of dog that uh, it makes girls pregnant. So he was a stud dog for a breeder in Finland, and somebody the owner of the dog could not keep him, and so I started taking care of him when he was about 3, and I've had him ever since. So So, all right. Anyway, Jonelle. Is it Jonelle or Joni?
My name is Johnny.
Joni. Okay. I couldn't figure out whether that was an I or an L. So, where are you from, Joni?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Awesome.
And I'm living in Brazil as well.
You're living in Brazil, from Brazil, living in Brazil, and then we have Felipe that's from Brazil, living in Hungary. And hello again, Monica. Nice to see you.
Hello.
And we have Monica from Italy, living in Italy. So,
Yes.
And Anna from Spain, and Tabi from Venezuela, and then Felipe and Jone, who are new to me and I'm new to you. I am from Idaho, and actually that is where I'm currently living. I did live away from Idaho for 20 years. And during that time, I lived in Finland for 11 years. I lived in South Korea for 2 years, and then several states in the U.S. So I have been teaching English since 1994 and started teaching online in 2006, which is a reason why I felt I could go back to the States, because I could still teach online the way I like to. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. The topic is on the Bodyguard, and so let's talk about this. The first question is, who is in the picture? What is he doing? So, Anna, who is in this picture and what is he doing?
The picture shows a bodyguard who is waiting maybe to receive some important information about his headphone.
Okay, that's good. Very good. Okay, so he's a bodyguard. So everybody agrees that. So he's waiting to receive important information about his headphone. I think my PDF is going crazy. There. Okay. Okay, now it's going crazy again. Okay. Yes. It's not wanting to cooperate. Oh, okay. So that's what he's doing in your eyes. Awesome. Okay. Tabi, what do you think he is doing? Tabi, are you there? Okay. Maybe you're having technical issues, or you've stepped away from your desk, possibly. Felipe, what do you think? What do you think the bodyguard in the picture is doing?
I think he is looking at some risk, some dangerous, and protecting someone.
Okay. Protecting someone. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, Monica, what do you think he is doing?
He is controlling the area around, because maybe a very important person is coming and he has to protect the person.
Okay. Instead of controlling, I put patrolling the area. So he's watching, he's walking around the area. And so patrolling would be better. Okay, and then Jone, what do you think he is doing?
Maybe he is looking around to check if someone strange is coming.
Okay. So he's maybe watching for strange people, maybe. Awesome. Okay. All right. And hello, is that Larry? Hello, Larry.
Hello.
Hi. Is that? Am I pronouncing your name correct?
It's Lady.
How do I? Lady. Okay.
Lady. Well, yeah, more or less, yes.
Lady. Okay. Lady. Okay, I can't roll the R. I'm sorry. So, where are you from, Larry?
I'm from Spain.
Spain. Awesome. Okay. All right. So we have Monica from Italy, and then Larry and Anna from Spain, and Felipe and Jone from Brazil. So awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to read through a conversation about a bodyguard, and before that, we're going to look at some vocabulary words. So we have a celebrity, armed, glamorous, a downside, and strain. The definitions are having a weapon, a negative thing, pressure, a famous person, and attractive looking. So, Monica, can you choose one of these words and match it?
Okay. A celebrity is a famous person.
Somebody is a famous person. Perfect. All right. And Larry, can you choose a word?
Yeah. Arm is having a weapon.
Yes, having a weapon. All right. And Jone?
Glamorous match with attractively looking.
Attractive looking, yes. If you're very glamorous, you were probably attractive looking. Excellent. Felipe?
A downside with pressure.
Okay, actually, it's the other one. A downside would be a negative thing. So, a downside to living in the United States is most roads are not ready for doesn't allow you to walk everywhere, for example. So a negative thing. Okay, and then Anna, the last one.
Yes, strain, pressure.
Pressure. Yeah, strain is very similar to stress. You might have a strain on something. Okay. So
thank you.
you're welcome. So what we're going to do is we're going to read these and choose which questions the interviewer has said. So we have the questions are: do you have a glamorous lifestyle? What are the downsides of being a bodyguard? How did you become a bodyguard? And is it a dangerous job? So, Anna, could you read the first answer that Sam has said?
Yes, I was a police officer for many years.
Sorry.
I lost the screen.
Yeah.
That job involved protecting certain people. I enjoyed that work and decided to continue after I left the police.
Okay, so remember, decided. So
I decided.
You will get it. There's another person that every time I had him read, I gave him the same feedback, and now he's not making that mistake anymore. So you will get it. So decided to continue.
Decided I'm going to study end of verb a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, the past tense ed. So this one is I enjoyed. So not I enjoyed, but I enjoyed. But because this has a T and a D plus the ed. Excuse me.
Yes.
Plus the ed. The sound is ed. But this one right here is a Y plus ed. That's a D sound. Enjoyed. And then decided. Okay. So, Anna, what question do you think he had?
Well, maybe how did you become a bodyguard?
Perfect. How did you become a bodyguard? Excellent. Welcome back, Tabi. Are you able to speak now?
I'm sorry, teacher. I had problem with my computer.
It happens. It happens. It happens to all of us. So
yes,
it's like what?
My computer become stupid.
I totally know what you mean. Totally. So,
yeah.
All
wasn't
right.
the same time that your PDF becomes stupid.
Yeah, my PDF was going stupid. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So exactly. Felipe, could you read the next one?
Yeah. Well, if you're working with a celebrity in the US or Europe, then the risk is very low. There aren't that many lawnmowermen on the streets of our cities. On the other hand, if you're working in countries where people are often armed on the streets, then yes, it can be dangerous.
Okay, so as Felipe, as far as a couple some feedback for pronunciation, the first one, remember this is celebrity, and usually remember when there's a y at the end, it is stressed. So when you're working with a celebrity, okay. And then the other one is the same feedback that Anna got. There are 3 different pronunciations for the past tense ed. So often armed. So this is actually a D sound. So if you have a K, P, K, see KP, S, excuse me, SH plus an ED, it is equal to a T sound. But it's basically everything else plus ed, more or less, plus ed equals a D sound. So in this one we have, this is an M, so we would say armed. People are often armed, so this would be a D sound, armed on the streets. Okay, so Felipe, what question do you think he was asking?
It's a dangerous job.
Okay. Is it a dangerous job? Perfect. Bear with me a moment. I'm too lazy. I want to cut and paste. So, all right. Excellent. Joni, could you read the next interview answer?
Yeah, it can be. I've worked with celebrities who have their own private jets and stay in the very best hotels. The salaries can be very good, especially for female bodyguards. However, if you start to think about the glamour and money, then you are not concentrating on protecting your clients.
Okay, so female. So in this one, we would say female bodyguards. Okay, and then protecting. Okay, so what is the question here, Joni?
It's the first one. It's about if it's a glamorous job.
Yeah, do you have a glamorous lifestyle? Okay, all right, excellent, thank you. And Larry, can you read the next one?
Yeah. Well, apart from the obvious risk in some countries, the endless travel can put a strain on your family life. It is not all glamour. Boredom can be a big problem. It's definitely not like in the movies.
Okay, now the one word I would give you some feedback on, Larry, is this word obvious. So what you did was you said, apart from the obvious risk, so what you did, you just kind of skipped over this. It's kind of, you swallowed it. So you would say both sounds, obvious.
Obvious.
Good. So okay, say obvious risk.
Obvious risk.
Perfect. Okay, so what is the question that was asked?
Is it a dangerous job?
That's already been asked. So there's another one. Let's see.
I can see the downsides of being a bodyguard.
Yeah, that's it. What are the downsides of being a bodyguard? Perfect. All right. Now, just so that Monica and Tabby can get some practice, I'm going to do is have each one of you read a paragraph as well. Monica, would you read the answer to do you have a glamorous lifestyle?
Okay. It can be. I've worked with celebrities who have their own private jets and stay in the very best hotels. The salaries can be very good, especially for female bodyguards. However, if you start thinking about the glamour and money, then you're not concentrating on protecting your client.
Perfect, thank you. And Tabby, if you could read the answer to, is it a dangerous job?
Okay. Well, if you are working with a celebrity in the US or Europe, then the risk is very low. There aren't that many lone gunmen on the streets of our cities. On the other hand, if you are working in countries where people are often armed on the streets, then yes, it can be dangerous.
Okay, and so remember, Tabby, armed.
Armed.
So, yeah, remember, it's
Armed.
ed with T or D, t with K, P, S, and SH. Otherwise, it's d, armed on the streets. Okay? All right.
Hey, teacher, can I ask something?
Yes, absolutely.
What is lone gunman?
Okay, I was just going to ask if you guys had any questions. So, a lone gunman would be a person who tries to shoot a celebrity or a politician without any support. So, for example, I don't know if you guys remember in 1980 when President Reagan was shot. Oh, no, I guess it was 1982. And he was shot by John Hinckley Jr., who was a lone gunman. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
So so he wasn't with any organization or anything like that. So he just did it by himself. So that's a lone gunman. So, and yeah, are there countries where people are often armed on the streets? I guess there must be. I don't know of any. So.
Yeah.
None of our countries, right?
Yes, can I answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say so. In many Latin American countries, you can find armed people in the streets.
Oh, really?
Most of them criminals, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like is the case in Brazil, I think.
Uh-huh. Well, are they, for example, do they have, usually if they're armed, do they have a concealed gun?
Sorry?
Do they have a concealed gun, or is it open, out in the open? Concealed would be like basically where people can't see it.
No, actually people can't see, because actually it's quite illegal to have weapon with people. So people still have weapons. So they get the weapons illegally.
Yes.
But the criminals.
Yeah, because in the States, people can go and get what's called a concealed gun permit, where they can keep a gun in their car or in their purse, and it's not. It's legal. They have to go through the proper channels, and if you're a criminal, you won't be able to qualify. But it's not as common as I think the media would make it seem. I don't know anyone really that has a concealed gun, but I do know that it's possible. So, all right. Any other words or phrases in here that you guys do not know?
In the answer 4, there is a word, boredom. It's
boredom.
Not boredom.
Boredom is the adjective of the verb to be bored.
Oh, okay.
So basically, boredom is a problem, or I'm constantly bored. So if you're bored, you're not stimulated. Your mind is like going, I want to sleep. I want to sleep.
Okay.
So, all right. Any other words or phrases? All right. So let's look at these questions. Are these sentences true or false? Let's correct the false one. Number one, Anna, can you do that one?
Yes. Sam used to be a police officer. Yes, it's true.
True. Awesome. All right. And Tabi, can you do number two?
It is often dangerous for celebrities in the US or Europe. I think is false.
Yes. False. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the risk is very low actually in the U.S. or Europe. All right. And then Felipe, could you do number three?
Women bodyguards are well paid. It's true.
It is true. Yes. Maybe I should change professions. So, just joking. So, Monica, can you do number four?
Working as a bodyguard is a good job for someone with a family. It is false.
Yes. Okay. False. And why is it false?
Because if you are a bodyguard, you may travel. You may travel a lot, and it puts strain on your family.
Exactly. So the endless travel can put a strain on your family life. Right. Excellent. All right. So let's complete the sentences using your imagination. So let's start with Jonay. One downside of my job is?
Sometimes I have to bring job to do at home.
Okay, so I have to work at home.
Yeah.
Okay, and Larry, what about you? Can you complete number one? Larry, are you there? Maybe if maybe you're having technical difficulties, or you're not there. I'm not sure which one. So let's go to Felipe. How about you? One downside of your job is? Hello?
Hello,
Okay, good.
one downside of my job.
Yes.
I need to speak English.
You need to speak English. Yeah, it is a downside for a lot of people. So okay, all right, Anna. So since you are a retired man now, let's do this in past tense. Past tense. You can say one downside of my job was, and see if you can practice the past tense on that. Okay?
Yes, it was when I had to face with criminal.
Okay, so it was when I had to face criminals.
Yes,
Because you worked in the courts, right? Yeah. Okay. And Monica, how about you? What is one downside of your job?
Yeah, one downside of my job is that I have to calculate the taxes that my clients have to pay, and no one is happy to pay taxes.
Yeah, I totally understand that one. Ever moved in Italy, I know who I'm going to for my taxes.
Yes.
Monica from Verbling. Larry, can you speak yet? Okay, and then it looks like Tavi was also having internet problems or something. Okay, let's see. For me, one downside of my job is I I rarely see people live, so I see a lot of avatars and I see a lot of pictures. And I talk to people all the time, which is wonderful, but I never actually see people.
This is see people pictures.
Yeah, I see my family, and then and see friends sometimes, but so,
It's like talking to a radio.
yeah, and then sometimes, depending on the teaching situations, I've got 3 students that were actually on web camera the whole time, so that's kind of fun. So, all right, number 2. So let's start. Monica, can you finish this? Can you start the sentence?
So sometimes are in my country. Few people are sometimes armed in my country.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we are famous for mafia in Italy. So in the south, there are people with guns.
Okay. Okay. So few people, or you could say mafia, or sometimes. So Larry, can you speak yet? Are you there? Okay. Hello, Jonay. How about you? What would you say about that one?
Maybe citizens are sometimes armed in my country.
Citizens, okay. All right. And Felipe, maybe you can talk about Hungary, since Jonay is representing Brazil.
Some guys.
Some guys, maybe gangs? Criminals?
No, guys.
Guys?
Some guys.
Okay, some guys. Okay, and Anna. Anna, are you there?
Yes, sorry. Only policemen or security guard are sometimes armed in my country.
Policemen. Yeah, that's what that was my answer for my country as well. Policemen are sometimes armed in my country, and then also, of course, I'll be negative. Gang members.
Mm-hmm.
Gang members are sometimes armed.
Yes.
I live in a county that is years ago when I was in high school, the town I'm living in right now, when I was in high school, this was known for 2 Hispanic gangs, and thankfully the gang task force has kicked a lot of them out of the area, so we're very happy about that. So, all right. Who has a glamorous lifestyle? So let's start with Jonay.
Actors has a glamorous lifestyle.
Who does?
Actors.
Actors, okay. Actors, okay. Actors, we would say actors have, in this respect, actors have a glamorous lifestyle. Okay. And Felipe.
The famous girl.
Who?
The famous girl has a glamorous lifestyle.
A famous girl.
Yeah.
A famous girl. Okay, a famous girl. Okay. You said some guys, now you're saying a famous girl. That's great. Okay. And Larry, are you back yet? I'm hoping she just kind of went to the restroom and came back. Nope. Okay, Monica.
Most of soccer players has a glamorous lifestyle.
Okay. With soccer players have. Okay. And then Anna. Anna, are you there?
Sorry. In some aspects, bodyguards have a glamorous lifestyle.
Bodyguards. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Oh, and
Yes.
you guys, I guessed right. Larry left, and she's back now. Awesome. All right, Larry. I kept asking. I was like, okay, are you back yet? Because I thought, well, maybe she went to the restroom, or somebody came into the house and her doorbell
Yeah,
rang, or
I
something.
have to pick up the phone.
Yeah, the phone rang. That kind of stuff
Yeah,
happens. One
yeah.
thing you could do in the future, if that happens, if you have time, just type in BRB on the chat, which means
Okay.
it means be right back. That way the trainer knows, and then when you come back, you just type in back. That way the trainer knows they don't need to call on you, because I kept calling on you. So
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
okay, no, not a problem. So what would you say? Who has a glamorous lifestyle? Larry.
Who?
Yeah.
A
So
famous person or
you can say a famous person. It's something has a glamorous lifestyle.
for example, Beyoncé has a really glamorous life.
Lifestyle.
Because I have just listened to in the TV that she has bought a new watch, which is valued in $23,000.
Wow. No way. 23,000. Wow.
Yeah.
I would say in mine a politician. Actually, I'm going to say this: an ambassador. So, like, for example, a U.S. ambassador. Ambassador is a person who they are representing their country in another country, and so they live at the embassy,
Oh
and
yeah. Yes.
so they're kind of like uh, they're kind of like the representatives of your country in another country. So if you're like, I think a lot of ambassadors to the U.S. live in Washington D.C. and they go to all the state dinners and things like that. So that to me would be
And
a
they have a huge houses.
yeah, exactly. And a very glamorous lifestyle, and depending on the country they go to. But I think if a U.S. ambassador goes to any of your countries, it would be a glamorous lifestyle for them. So,
Yeah.
all right. And number 4, Anna, can you start this one?
Yes, I would be under a lot of strain if I worked as a female bodyguard.
Okay. If I worked as a female bodyguard, worked as and female bodyguard, and so would Felipe and Jonay if they've worked as a female bodyguard. So because they're not females. So Felipe, how about you? When would
I
you be under a lot of strain?
I would be under a lot of strain if I have a lot of job.
Maybe if I had, I'm going to change this a little bit. Too much work instead of had a lot of jobs. How about too much work? Okay, Jonay.
I would be under a lot of strain if I was in front of a criminal.
Okay. If I was, I want to change this as well. Face to face with a criminal. Okay, and Larry, how would you finish this sentence?
I would be under a lot of strain if I have to travel a lot because of work.
Because of work. Okay. And Monica, how would you say this?
I will be under a lot of strain if I were a surgeon.
I were a surgeon. Yeah. Okay. And for me, I would be under a lot of strain if I had to speak another language besides English. Oh, bye, Larry. Nice to see you. So I admire you guys who are having to use English for your work. So, okay. So number 5, the celebrity I admire most is blank because blank. Monica, who do you admire most?
Oh, I don't know. The first person comes to my mind right now is the Pope.
Okay. The Pope.
So the celebrity
Okay.
I admire most is
He
the
is a
Pope
celebrity.
because I think yes, he is a great person right now, and because he is doing a great job.
Okay, that's true. I would say because he is doing a great job just for space. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, so Anna, how about you? The celebrity you might admire most is who?
Yes, is Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or his wife because they are increasingly involved in social issues internationally.
Because they
They
are involved
increasingly involved in social issues internationally.
internationally. Yeah, they're really starting to really get involved. It's great nationally. And is it Bradgelina? Is that what they call him? I think that's what the media calls him, is Bradgelina. But I'm not sure. I've heard that.
I don't know. It's the first time I hear
Yeah.
it.
I've heard it before, but I don't actually know how to spell it, so I don't know if I spelled it right. So, Felipe, how about you? What celebrity do you admire most and why?
Can I be the last one?
Absolutely. So, Jone.
Okay, the celebrity I admire most is, well, I would say Angelina Jolie. But another one is José Mujica, ex-president of Uruguay. Because he is a very simple man with progressive ideas.
Okay, so Jose who? How do I pronounce it?
Mujica.
Okay, Jose Mujica. Okay, and he's the ex-president of Uruguay?
Yeah. So instead of N is M.
M. Okay. Okay. Mujica. Okay. All right. And he is basically, because he's living a simple life.
Despite being a president. So.
That's kind of like former President Jimmy Carter is also like that. So, and Felipe, let me think of somebody. This is kind of hard.
The person the celebrity I admire most is Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Because
how to spell it?
Zuckerberg. Because
is that how to spell it? I'm not even sure.
because he has built an empire.
Built an empire. Okay, as a young man. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm going to go kind of that way, Felipe. I was trying to think of who I admire the most, but it's Bill Gates for me.
Yeah.
Bill and Melinda Gates because of their philanthropy, which is
Yes.
very similar to, I think, probably all the people that we have said here. We have the Pope. Okay, so he's got a lot of influence to make changes in the world. We've got Brangelina, who are in their own small way making changes. Mark Zuckerberg, or I think that's spelled wrong. I don't know how to say it. He's built an empire and really kind of made we communicate so differently than we did. And then Jose Mujica, because he's living, although despite his celebrity status, is living a simple life. And then Bill and Melinda Gates also making a difference in their own small way as well. Awesome. So that's great. All right, so let's go to this discussion right here. So, Anna, would you like to be a bodyguard?
Absolutely not. No.
No?
No,
Okay.
in my opinion, I think they have to be a strong person, a strong character. Because it's a challenging job, very stressful for me. You can hear me, Holly?
Thank you. I'm sorry, I muted myself. And then I forgot.
Okay, thank you.
And I was responding. I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I responded, and I was like, "Felipe, why do you?" Felipe, question for you. Why do you think people choose to be bodyguards?
Because they like to live in risk. They like to they like the dangers of this job proportion. Usually they are ex-policemen or ex-police girls, and they have this skill. They know to manipulate a gun, and they like this life.
Yeah,
well paid with this profession.
And they also, I think, they like to protect people.
Yeah, true.
So, all right, thank you. Jonah, have you ever seen the movie The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston? What did you think of it?
Actually, I haven't.
You have not? Okay. It's funny because I know the movie. I know who the actors are, and I have never seen it either. So, Monica, have you seen it?
Yes. Is it the one with Kevin Costner?
Yeah, Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston.
Yes, I've seen the movie, and I think it was a romantic movie, despite he is a bodyguard.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And Jonah, in your country, who protects government leaders in Brazil?
Like for the president, there is a presidential bodyguard with this specific function. For the state governors, it's similar as well. So they have a bodyguard.
Okay, they do. Yeah, and it's interesting. In Sweden, I would say probably about 10 years ago, they had a member of parliament gunned down in a local department store because this member of parliament did not have any bodyguards around, because in that part of the world they just never thought about it. And it was really kind of strange to even think that someone would do that. And I taught a member of parliament. I remember talking to her about it in Finland, and she said, that she's people know who she is, but she just doesn't need that kind of protection at all. So it's interesting. Um, yeah. How about in Italy, Monica? Who protects government leaders in Italy?
I think that the police protect the leaders. And
Okay.
actually, things are going to change a lot because of the terrorism attacks here in Europe. So we need a lot of bodyguards around.
Okay. And Anna, how about in Spain?
Is the same as other country. The bodyguard is in charge of security of politicians. In my opinion, is a dangerous job because they have to face with many people who are around politicians. In one moment, they could be a surprise attack. They have to pay more attention around them. They have to stand up during many hours, waiting in a conference or in a meeting or in anywhere. Moreover, they have to travel a lot with them.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Felipe, do you have any idea about Hungary? Who protects government leaders in Hungary?
I don't know, Holly, but
Okay.
I guess it's a bodyguard too. Also.
Yeah, because we have Secret Service, so all the national the president and the vice president and members of Congress all have a Secret Service detail. However, I don't think on a state level that we have really any bodyguards, but I don't even know. Possibly the government does, the governor of the state does, but I don't think anybody else. So. All right, so we have just a few minutes left, so we have a list of questions here that I'm going to go over. Let's start out with, so Anna.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a celebrity in person? What did you do?
I don't remember, but my husband, yes, because to tell the truth, my husband was bodyguard in my city during the last during the last 20 years, and he was sitting in Expo 92 next to Carlos de Inglaterra, Princess Charles, Diana.
Really? Your husband was?
Really, really.
Wow.
Because I know a bit about this work.
Okay, so it sounds like this is something your husband has done. Is he a local bodyguard, or has he traveled around the world with celebrities?
No, he was with politicians and with chairman of my community.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, so yeah, you do know something about this topic. So you should have him read the lesson and see if it's right or not. So all right. So Felipe, which celebrity would you like to meet, What would you do if you could spend a day with this person?
Oh, of course, Mark Zuckerberg.
Uh-huh.
If I would, if I have a day with this guy, I will of sure ask a lot of tips to build uh, my own company.
Ah, okay. So you will in English we'll say it this way. We're going to write it on the chat. You will pick his brain and get all kinds of tips.
Tips.
Pick his brain. So if you want to you want to say to him, Mark, do you mind if I pick your brain? And he'll say sure, and then he'll say sure, ask away. So to pick somebody's brain is to ask them many questions about their expertise. So Jonah,
Can I pick your brain? Is it the
yeah.
question?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can say, can I pick your brain?
Nice.
Pick your brain, and or you would say, I need to pick his brain, or lots of different ways to use it, but to pick someone's brain. So,
His brain.
yeah, pick his brain or pick someone's brain. Yeah. All right, Jonah, do you think famous people have the right to have a private life?
Yes, I do think that because despite they choose to be famous, to have a job like that, everybody needs private moments.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And then Monica, do you think it's moral to sell your private life to the media?
No, I don't think. I think that celebrities should keep their private life for their own and not try to make money out of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I get disgusted when I see these, especially reality stars, sell their private life. So it's like, I don't really care that, you did this with this person. So,
Yes.
All right, Anna, do you approve of people who become famous as a consequence of appearing again and again in the media and not because of having an artistic career? For example, Paris Hilton would be an example.
In my country nowadays, there are many people who are famous, but they are not artists. I don't agree about these people who only do talk about about life or celebrities. They are criticism. I don't know.
Criticized?
Yes, they are criticize celebrities. Don't do anything. I don't like. It's normally people who are in reality shows.
Yeah, a lot of reality stars. I have a hard time with that one too. So
yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we are actually out of time. So I do want to thank you for your participation, and I hope you had a chance to practice and to learn a little bit of new words or vocabulary. Thank you. Have a wonderful, let's see, it's nighttime for some of you, so sleep well, Monica and Anna, when you finally get to bed, and Felipe and Yone. No, Felipe, you sleep well as well. Yone, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care.